This video is about how to make a pixel perfect report and how to add different element, what are the things that we need to consider. So I am using here title band, and in title band I am using few text box. So let me add a few text box. By default you can see text box I have put somewhere. I have dragged and put somewhere this text box. Now I want to place this text box in respect to this line, and this is a grade 0, so I am taking reference as 0. So let me make this x-axis is 0. What will happen? See, this line you have seen, like this has moved slightly towards this axis. So this is what, suppose I am making this as 40, then what will happen? It will move 40 pixel from that line. So our zero line is this, and whatever number you increase 10, it will move 10 pixel to this side. You make it 300, it will move 300 from that particular line. So that is our reference line. So let's make it 0 0. Now I have to move upward. So uh so we have two lines. Let me just highlight this. We have this particular line, okay, and this line. So this is a 0 for x. Whatever you move, it will going to move this direction for x value, and y value it is going to move like this. So y from 0 to whatever you are going to put. So based on your page height and all, it's not like your page height is, suppose this height is something that we will check, and we should not make bigger than this to x values, otherwise it will throw error. So I'm done, and okay, minimize this, and let me just explain my point. Suppose your page, my page height is given, width, let's go to page properties and see your width is 595, 595, and this particular element width is 100. So what will happen if I will give 600 to this? So it is outside the page, and when I run this, I should get an error. Oh, I'm not getting error. This is a string. Ideally I should get error. Why I'm not getting error? So let me figure it out. Put some values like IDs and all, and then see if I'm getting any error, or am I getting data on my page. That is also an important point. So you can see I'm not able to see anything, uh, any data on my page. Ideally I should, because I have put something. So for that you have to just make this as a 0 0 0, and then you will able to see the ID. Hopefully you will able to see the ID, then you can see the first value 0 here. Now I want to make, now this is a 48 pixel away from this reference line. So if you want to make as 0 0, you will make this a 0 0. Suppose I want a text value, because see you are seeing first value 0, but what is this 0 means? So this is the ID. In ideal world we don't use ID, but in my case I am using it because I have IDs, name and cost, only three values in this particular table. That's why I'm using. Now I want a similar text box of width 100 and height 30. Now what I'm going to do, just I have ways. Either I can copy this one. I have copied it. When you are copying anything, it is going to move 5 pixel x and y. If you make 100, this 100 is equal to width of my first element. You can see it move 100 pixel from x axis, means from reference line it is moving 100 axis, and this 5 I have to make 0 so that it will align to this particular thing. And here this I can make it as id. I have made this as id, and this is id value. You can see, you can see I got this particular with this reference line. Now if I want line or something like that, I can do that also. If I want this, if I want this repetition, then I can repeat it, what I should be doing. So if I am dragging this, it will take a lot of time. Instead of that, if I will do this 30 pixel, which is equal to height of previous element, then since I am starting with 0, that's why I am adding 30. If suppose this element would be on 100, then I should be adding 100 plus 30, the height of that particular element. And this, suppose I have taken multiple things, and if I am making this 0, what will happen? See, both the element are overlapping, so that is obviously not a good option. So I will undo it. And this this either you have to do it individually, or you have to move 5 pixel, make it 0, it got moved 5 pixel. But see, for this particular element, it is 100, x value is 100. Why? Because the width of this element is 100. So 100 plus second element. Suppose this third element I want to add something, so what it is going to be? 100 plus that, the width. 100 plus 100, 200. So let me show this. 100, and then I will move here, so it perfectly got moved, and it's moved to 100, 200. If it is not getting perfectly moved, then it will create a problem, pixel wise problem and things like that. So you have to be very careful with these things. Now we got this first, second, third, we got these values. Now suppose here I want different values. What I can do, I can put here name. Okay, name I have put in double quote, and here in place of id I should put name, and this is done. id I can delete this one. This was just for example. If I want some other element, what I will do, I will do copy it, and I will move. So for y-axis, what should be the value? 30 plus 30, 60 y-axis, and I should be moving this 5 pixel. So either I can move this as 0. Okay, this element I have to move 0. Now this is not properly aligned. What I have to do, I have to make it as 100. Now this is a properly aligned. Suppose I want this of different height. If you want, put this here. You can increase height of both the element, like suppose 60 I want, I have now increased it by 60. Suppose you these are dynamic fields and you want these fields to be little big in size. Then what you can do, you have to increase the width. You can make it to 300 as well. 1300 is too much, so let me remove 300. So now you have made this into 300, and now you can just run it and see the data. These data are going to be perfectly aligned. These data needs to be perfectly aligned. It will be perfectly aligned. You can similarly you can increase the font size, you can change the color, background color, things like that. Suppose you want this particular name and things in different color. First you have to uncheck transparent, then background color. In place of white you can put something yellowish and something like that. Yellowish like that, and your color got changed. Now when you run the report, you can see your data look like this. Okay, now you want like it should be center aligned, it should look much more beautiful than this. Then you can here from you can center align it, middle the text, and these kind of things you can always do. Okay, this is the so when you are aligning, see these are differently aligned, and these although I have although these are on same axis x-axis, you can see these are shifting little bit. Why? Because we have applied different properties here. So if you want everything to be similar, you have to apply these properties through this file as well. That's all guys. Hope you guys like this video. If you have any question, you can comment below. I will make sure that your doubts must be resolved. Thank you. Bye.